Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. In today's recap, I'm gonna go over overall what I did wrong today, what I got right, the trades that I took. I took an L and a win today. The win was arguably not good at all, and the loss was no very good either, to be honest. I was trading MNQ. MNQ we had these equal highs. NQ we never. And this is what really fucked me today. Totally fucked my bias and everything. So we'll get into it. We'll get into it. So 9 o'clock. We'll keep all that stuff up. Right. So pit full screen. Douche. It's just a bit laggy, but coming into today, my overall bias. Why is it lagging like that? Wait, no. Close some of this shit. There we go. Right. That's a little bit better now. Right. So overall, bias bearish. Reason being is that during give this fucking mic a bit back. Reason being, so overall, so Asia, we took out Asia pre-market, and we tapped this 4 hour with London on ES. We took out London high, creating an SNT on NQ whenever, so NQ is a leading pair. So I'm expecting NQ to come towards these draws, as well as that. We inverse this 1 hour bullish for value gap here, but that made me overall more bearish on the day, as well as big dump yesterday, little retrace, and then I'm assuming we're gonna go take out the rest of these lows. I didn't expect this one to get hit, but these three I did expect to get hit, because that was like 300 points away. But to be fair, we've been making massive moves. So overall though, bearish coming into today. But what made me a bit bullish was these equal highs. So what I was, to be honest, I was wanting the sweep previous day low, get longs towards these, or shorts off these equal highs, because they're a 1 hour as well. So I was just kind of looking at that. But what I failed to really take into consideration is that on NQ we never had these equal highs. NQ took the high that we made equal highs with. So I was a bit unsure whether those equal highs on MNQ were invalid, because NQ is the leading pair between MNQ and NQ. And NQ and MNQ are slightly different in points apart, like 1-2 points of difference. So I didn't really know what to really think of the equal highs. I didn't know if it was a solid draw or if I was just to leave it or what. Take this fucking highs off. So I ended up targeting these equal highs and having them as my draw liquidity after these draws here got taken, which wasn't a bad idea, but in retrospect I should have been paying more attention to NQ than MNQ, which I'm definitely going to take into consideration next time. So upon market open, we rally down, leaving relative equal lows with previous day low. After taking out this draw here, we're still holding this SMT as well with a London low here, but I generally wasn't too concerned about that, just because we left these lows here, and I know previous day low is the obvious draw, especially because of the bearish order flow that we're in. So I was expecting maybe price to want to come back up, take out the equal highs, and then continue lower, but never ended up happening. So what we did end up doing though, we ended up SMTing these highs. Yes, took the high, NQ never, MNQ never. Same with NQ, ES. Oh no, because I'm on NQ on this chart, so if it was this way around. So yeah, we SMT'd that. I'm actually sure there was a a 30-second inversion within here. I don't know, I'm sure there was like a 30-second within there that you could have shorted towards whatever. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna do my chart work on NQ now instead of MNQ, purely due to that fact of the equal highs. It's really, I'm gonna be honest, it's pissed me off, to be honest, because it completely flipped my whole bias to bullish instead of bearish. After we took out these lows, so I was bearish up until these lows, but I can't even take any shorts here because there's equal highs. So it's against my rules to short if there's equal highs. But on NQ there wasn't equal highs, so like I don't know. I was a bit confused. I didn't know. I've never been in this situation before, like because I don't normally look at it NQ. But I've been looking at NQ more now because obviously it's the leading pair, and it has basically control over MNQ, if that makes sense. But yeah, so we ended up dumping, taking out previous day low, and then taking out London low and this low here on ES. We ended up coming down, taking out all the other lows, and then we created an SMT, well, with this low here. I don't know why my thing's so laggy as well. It's on charge. It might just be because I'm recording. But we ended up making an SMT here. So this was my first trade idea, where I wanted to see, because we had this nice LR accumulation here. Like this is basically all accumulation, but lower time frame accumulation. We had this 1 minute accumulation, and then we manipulated lower, and then I thought we were gonna want to distribute higher towards the equal highs, which the ideal was not bad at all, especially because we took out all the buy side draws. It was making sense. But I wanted to see price kinda inverse this 5 minute, which never ended up doing. We ended up making this, which I actually preferred, because if I had taken this, it was a 90-point stop loss. Fuck that. So yeah, we ended up doing this. We ended up respecting this 3 minute gap here, which made me more confident about this trade as well. And then we ended up respecting the 3 minute, and then we eventually inversed this 5 minute here. I entered this 5 minute with my stop at the wick low, and then I had my TP up here. I had my break even at this 3 minute internal high here, which we actually SMT'd. I didn't even realize it until it was too late. I was already back in drawdown by the time, so I was like, you know what, I'll just hold the trade, I'll let it play out, and then ended up getting stopped out of that trade, which was unfortunate. To be honest, the reason this failed was purely just bias. My bias was wrong. We had the SMT here, we SMT'd that 3 minute internal high. It's like we were just bearish, not gonna lie. It's just what it is. But yeah, I ended up taking that, lost 500 on that, and then I was just like, well, that's that then. There's not really any trades to take other than that. And then I was just like, I was a bit like pissed, to be honest, because we SMT'd this, then we inverse this. Was there a 4 minute? Yeah, where's that trade? Inverse this 4 minute, tiny little 4 minute. Inverse that 4 minute. So you could have got shorts here with a break even there towards that low, but then ended up coming back up, creating a 4 minute, respecting that 4 minute, and then we had a 2 minute inversion here, which I ended up taking. Had the stop loss up here, and then I had my take profit at this other this other hourly low over here. I just wanted to take this, just try and make my dough back, to be honest. It was a bit of a scuffed trade. It was not normally what I would take, especially because we inversed this 5 minute, but the lower time frame was telling me that we are likely going to continue lower, and that obviously I at this point, like, I'd went over like NQ and MNQ, and I realized there was no equal highs here, so I was like, I don't actually care about these equal highs anymore. We're obviously bearish, so I ended up trying this. And then price ended up ripping lower. I ended up getting break even, and then I ended up trailing my stop here to about, it was a bit there, and then I ended up getting wicked out. So I closed that trade. That was a bit more than that though. I'm trying to think where I closed it. To be fair, I think I closed it here. I'm trying to yeah, I think it was a bit there. It was a bit there. I closed the trade a bit there. Ended up making most of my profit back, plus most of my loss back, plus 300. Oh, that's not even hanging. Oh, I'm in replay mode, that's why. So yeah, but that first trade, it was a good idea, but just MNQ and NQ aren't correlated, so bit shit. But yeah, I mean that's the recap for today. Not else much to go over. Pretty shit, just devastating. I just bias was wrong. I got confused with those equal highs, so I'm just gonna try off an NQ from now on probably, or just pay more attention to NQ than MNQ, or equal highs on NQ instead of MNQ. Like if there's equal highs on MNQ but not NQ, I'm not gonna be as bothered about those equal highs. I'm just gonna treat that as a drawn liquidity, like any other high within like this high here, this high, this high, this high. I'm just gonna treat that like any other high. But if they're on NQ, then I'm gonna see them as a strong liquidity pool. But yeah, that's your recap in a bit.